Yeah.
All right. Countdown in 5, 4, 3.
Hi, welcome to the Liars Club. I'm Jessica Wellington.
And I'm Felicia Michaels.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm glad you're here. You've been sick.
Well, I threw my back out. And I threw my lungs out smoking pot right before we started. But
Now, I don't
guys,
mean
welcome
to-
to Liars
I
Club.
don't mean to stop, but Felicia, you look like shit.
Yeah,
You look different.
I look
Yeah.
very different. I got my tits removed, and I got
think
my
that's it.
She
vagina
got really,
replaced.
really sick.
Oh,
So
wow. What
we
did you-
do.
She's sick, huh?
Yeah, we do miss Felicia. I'm glad she's at home recouping. She's oozing right now, so she can't be here.
Well, get better and
Um,
stop oozing. For the love of God,
Yeah,
stop
that's
oozing.
Good, it's a good time to stay home when you're oozing.
Yeah.
But we have two great guests today besides my guest host, Jayson Thibault.
Hi,
Thank you
guys.
so
Glad
much.
to be back. Thank you for having me, as
Yes,
always.
you've seen him before. But over here to my left, this gentleman, he is one of my favorite comedians. I try not to tell him that too much because I don't want him to get a big head, but he is so funny, you guys. He's a paid regular here at the Comedy Store. He also has a feature that he's been posting on his Instagram. It's hilarious. He's taking it to all the festivals, and it's called Little Italy. It is so funny. Watch that. This is Sandro Iocolano.
Hey, everybody. Thank you. That was a beautiful intro. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you for coming. I'm really glad you're here.
Thank you for having me.
I've been trying to have you for get you for how long now?
I don't know. I mean,
3 years, and it's a 1-year podcast, so it's like
yeah, it's
fucked
been
up.
a long time. There's like
Yeah.
a waiting list. And
Yeah.
I told her, I'm like, I'm not into lying.
Exactly. So, and then here we have a returning customer. So glad to have him, but he wasn't on the YouTube before, so now he's on the
Oh, yeah.
camera if
Yeah.
you can find him. But he's had 2 comedy albums. He had Gotham Comedy Live twice. He runs his own show here at the Comedy Store.
Very
It's
great
called
show.
John Campanelli Live.
Thank you.
Always
is
sold out.
John
Always
Campanelli.
packed.
Thank
Always
you.
packed.
Thank you.
Always a great show.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here.
Good to see you guys.
Let's shake your hand.
Jessica,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Young
you.
lady.
Thank you.
John.
Oh, 1,
Yes.
2, 3. Liars Club.
Lie. Lies.
We are so cheesy. But you guys, you know why we're here. Our guests are going to tell us 2 stories each. One's going to be true. One's going to be a lie. We try to figure out which is which. Nothing that we say here is any reflection to the Comedy Store.
Everything that I say is a direct product of what the Comedy Store says and thinks.
Jeez.
Great.
They're calling lawyers right now. She puts duct tape on my mouth for the rest of the episode.
Right. Do you guys have any kind of organic banter that you want to do before we start?
Well, when you put it like that.
We just had an
sure.
earthquake.
I think we
Just-
wasted.
We
like,
literally
Oh,
just
and
had
I
an
didn't
earthquake.
feel it.
I didn't feel it either.
I've,
And I felt the one the other day. Did you guys feel that one?
No, I
I
didn't.
did.
I did not.
That's the first one
didn't.
I've really felt. The other one I
Oh, is
felt
that right?
just felt like a door slamming.
That was the 3rd biggest one I've felt.
Wow.
In
It was
20, but I've been
it
here for 20 years.
Swayed.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
it
didn't
felt.
feel it.
You
I
didn't?
feel it either.
How could you not?
I think I was driving.
I was
Oh,
sleeping.
everybody in a car said they didn't feel it. They
Really?
even said that on the news.
Yeah.
Like if you were in a car, you probably didn't feel. But I was. Here's what's crazy. I was, swear to God, laying in bed. It was like what, noonish, something like that. When
Something like
when
that.
I hit
11.
11:30 or something, and it felt like there was a washing machine under my bed.
Yes.
Really?
I thought my dog was chewing
Right?
the couch for a
And
second.
I was watching I was 10 minutes into a documentary about black holes.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, dude.
So then they're like showing all these images of the black holes, and then my bed started shaking. I'm like, here we go.
it's over.
I swear to God. I was like, here it comes.
Oh.
Is that
I didn't feel
is that
it.
story true or false?
I'd say that's true.
That feels like a true story.
Yeah.
100% lie.
Wow.
You told me
good.
specifically
I'm kidding. It
you
was
don't
true.
wash
I'm
your
kidding. It was
clothes.
true. It was true. It
No,
was
which
true.
one was it?
It was true. It
Oh,
was
okay.
true.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's not his job
That's
here.
a good lie though.
That is.
It is a good
Because
lie.
you-
Yeah,
you
yeah.
told me, and when you said it was
Damn
100%
it.
false, it's a lie. I believed you.
Yeah. See that, and that was the lie.
I would
Welcome to
never get
Liars
into
Club,
business with you.
Sandro.
Okay. But
Okay, you guys are amazing.
And then we just had one that apparently was bigger,
yeah,
and I didn't feel it,
7.1.
and all of us were here. It was.
I didn't feel it.
I mean, it was 15 minutes ago,
Yeah.
as we sit right now recording.
And I was
mean,
reading up. They said there was a 9%, only a 9% chance that the next earthquake would be bigger than that one.
Wow.
And it got bigger.
Yeah, it
think
went
Vegas
6-4 to
took a bunch of,
7-1.
Huh?
Do you think Vegas took a bunch of odds on that? Do they bet on that kind of stuff?
Ooh.
Oh
The
yeah, that's a good
earthquake will
question.
be,
That's a
you know,
good question. You probably can.
I think you
I'm
should.
sure you can bet on anything.
You should be able to bet on like Mother Nature.
You
know,
should.
Sure.
I think that'd be the best because you can bet on sports.
Isn't that
teams.
what
The
you're
house
always really
wins.
betting
the
on,
house
though?
always wins.
That's deep, Jessica. Wow, that's deep. Yeah, it's like in sports games.
That's
when they're
more like Truth Club.
yeah. Wow.
Ah, here we
Well, it's
go.
like when they call it timeout. It's like you can't call it timeout. The clock never stops running.
right.
You know what I mean?
The clock of time, life.
The Clock of Time Life. Yep. The Clock of Time Life.
Now you've done this before,
I have, yeah.
and you've never done this before.
I have never been on a
Okay.
podcast in my life. ever.
My dick. My dick.
I feel like we're both not very good liars.
No, I'm
Not?
No.
You think
Nah,
you're not?
I think Sandro,
think
he
we are good
lies
liars.
all the time.
Yeah, some of my best jokes are lies.
Yeah.
I say you're a good liar.
I love lying, dude.
Damn it.
His real name's Larry Martin.
That's a good
Mhm.
lie.
It's Martin Leary, by the way.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Or is it right?
I don't even know anymore.
All right, well, let's get this game started. This is a game show. Fuck. I was supposed to share this shit, too. Hopefully, Austin's on it. If you're playing with us online, hopefully I will see it, and Austin will help us out from afar. He's not here either. I have no producers.
He's also leaking or whatever. What was he
He's
doing?
oozing as well.
yeah.
Is
I'm
there like
sorry,
a plague
boys.
with this podcast? Everyone just
I don't
losing?
know. Just don't get too close to that
Oh,
mic, apparently.
no.
I've been watching Twin Peaks, and this is freaking me out. So,
Really?
yeah.
Why? What does
Because
this have to
I've
do
never
anything?
seen Twin Peaks. Oh, why is it freaking me out? Just supernatural stuff, you know. There's an earthquake that happened that didn't happen.
I was just watching
Yeah.
Stranger Things too. Season
Yeah?
3 is out.
How is that? I started the first episode and I was kind of like, I'm not in the mood for this.
It ends good.
You already blew through the whole thing.
First episode.
Oh, the first
I thought you
episode.
meant, I thought you did the whole season
Wait,
already.
No.
The first episode has it all, man. You don't.
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Really, no need to watch
no,
the other
there's-
9.
Yeah, I was like that. It sums it all up here.
You just watch the first episode of every season of every show.
How far
Yeah,
are
that's
you
it.
into it? Just one?
Season 3, episode 1.
That's all you've seen.
Yes.
Okay, and it's worth it.
Yeah, the first season
Okay.
was good. Yeah.
Okay.
First,
yeah.
the
or
first
I know what you're saying.
episode was
Uh-huh,
good.
yeah, yeah.
Or am I lying?
Oh,
I don't know.
Well. I hope you're not, because if I watch it and it sucks,
Maybe
I'm coming looking for you.
That'd be a bad thing to lie about. Yeah, I've seen Stranger Things, and like, what's in it for you?
That was my story. That was my lie.
No, no. Dude, great cameo by Alf in this thing. You know they're trying to remake that, by the way.
With the female lead.
Is that right?
Alf is female.
Get
Interesting.
Lie.
Ah,
Oh,
good.
wow, dude.
I can see Punky Johnson as the new Alf.
I could see that. I could see like an alpha female.
Yep.
Dude,
Wow.
Alpha
right.
female.
alpha female, assisted living facility. Alf. It's just
Yeah.
that'd be a great show. I'd
And
watch
that's
it.
her. Yeah, it's not Alf.
It's
not
like when he's
Alpha.
old. When
Alpha.
Alf is
It's not
old.
Alf,
Yeah, when Alf is old.
And then it's just Alf,
All
but
right,
it's like,
we're good. And we got.
oh, that's the best.
That's a lie.
And we're back right after this break.
Oh no, I just got a little dizzy. Okay,
Did we start?
yeah, we're good. No, we're good now. I'm set up. Leah's already
Oh.
here. We got people watching. So
Were
you
people
guys,
watching? This is
We're at the airport. We're people watching.
let's get this baby on the road.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's get in the
Right.
van.
Who
Let's
wants to
start
go
with-
first?
Well, let's start with somebody that's already done it.
Oh, okay, sure.
John, why don't you
so I'll
start?
tell a story. Okay.
Story.
Now this is either the lie, or this is the truth.
Yeah, that's how it works.
That's true.
Are you guys worried?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a
I mean,
little
I'm
worried about
getting
earthquakes.
stuck in here, but I'm not okay.
Don't get too crazy with that mic, and you have to sit up because we can't see you.
Oh, that's right.
Don't
I'm on
slouch,
camera. I
dude.
forget. I'm on camera.
I'm worried about slouching. So we went. So we'll keep it Italy themed.
Okay.
So
You
we,
are. We're not.
Well, we're Italian,
Yeah.
and
So
we were in Italy the same time.
How did that work?
Is that a lie or not? No, but we really were. We were in Italy the same time.
On accident, though. I'm
By
assuming.
accident, yeah.
when were you in Italy?
I was. That's so funny.
Good job, baby.
When were you in Italy?
Good job, baby. Good job, baby.
He was.
Give me a date.
You were. Wait. You were there. I have.
Right.
I'm gonna pull up text from you.
You can't
No,
get
you
to
can't
those
do
texts that
You
quickly.
can't do that. It's
They're
kids-
stored in iCloud. That takes forever.
I was. That's not that story. Isn't about. I'm just saying that Italy themed. We were in Italy together.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Anyway.
But what were the
But
dates?
do you have a date?
I mean, I know
Oh.
the dates. I was in
Ballpark.
Italy.
Just
I don't-
ballpark.
I don't-
Ballpark.
I don't remember
Yeah.
last.
Did you see a game?
It was. It wasn't last. It was the October before last October, right? It was fall, right? Of 2017.
17. Okay.
Mhm.
Fall
Sure.
of 2017.
Gotcha.
My sister was studying abroad.
Corroborate that.
That's right. That's right. My sister was studying abroad. What city were you in when you
And what broad
realized-
was she
Rome.
studying?
Okay.
This isn't the story yet, so I don't know why you guys are fact checking.
Okay. Sorry. Good.
Well, you
This
started
story is
it with the story.
The story is. I'm saying I'm going to talk about Italy because we were in Italy together and because you guys posted about Italy, so it made me think of Italy. So I was in Italy there, but 6 years prior, I was there again because my brother was studying abroad this time, my little brother. And then the time before, my sister was studying abroad. So both times they were studying abroad, we went. So the first time I went abroad, my sister was studying abroad. And we were in Venice for like 2 nights. And we went to go do a gondola ride. And the gondola.
That's very romantic for a brother and sister.
First off, it was my whole family.
It's
Oh,
Italy.
even
It's cool.
better,
It's
yeah.
Italy. It's cool.
Mom, dad, brother, sister, me. Now,
It's Italy.
gondola rides in Venice, not romantic, actually, because Venice, the water is kind of gross. Venice is very old. It's beautiful, but I wouldn't categorize the gondola rides as like romantic. Like I would never. Like I guess I could see how someone would, but I thought they were kind of creepy because the water was kind of gross. You
What
know,
color
and
was the
it's
water?
city water.
what?
What color was the water?
It was like grayish green, to be honest with you.
Smelled like sewage.
It was just not like beautiful water. I wasn't like, ooh. So,
Was the person doing the boat? Was it a turtle?
yes. There's the guy who was driving.
I think
was
this
an
story
Italian,
is
he
the
was,
lie.
He was an Italian turtle.
It was an Italian
It was an
turtle.
Italian turtle.
Bill Tortuga.
Did he like pizza?
Yes, and he was wearing a red bandana. And he knew karate, and he had 3
Wait, dude.
brothers. And there
and
was
a
a
What are
rat,
they,
giant
and a
Ninja
rat.
rat
Turtles?
dad.
You were in the sewer.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I got a gondola ride from the Ninja Turtles. No, so this is what happened.
Oh,
There's no way.
He's lying.
I'm
no-
sorry, Punky. Is this Punky?
There's no way.
Punky said save the questions for the end.
Thank you,
Jesus
Punky.
Christ,
Can you come
Punky.
down here? So
I wanted to know.
gondola ride, Italy, Venice with my family, and it was supposed to just be us on the gondola ride, and there's this couple that wanted to get on. My brother is okay, so I'm trying to think. My sister was junior year for her, so she was 20. So my brother's 14 because I'm 12 years older than my brother and 6 years older than my sister. So he's like a super nice kid, my brother, and like he's just like he's very like he's got anxiety. He's very shy. He's like worse than me with anxiety. He's like really nice.
Yeah.
So it was supposed to be us on the gondola ride, and then there's this couple that was going to get on with us. I guess I don't know why, but I got kind of my fault. I felt bad.
How big are these
Yeah,
gondolas?
this is a big one.
I don't know.
How many
It's
people could be on it?
Probably 12.
Okay. Go ahead.
Along with the turtle conductor,
No, well, he doesn't go on the gondola. He swims along the sides.
he's
and
on the
kinda-
side with
yeah,
you.
He kind of drags it.
What?
And he goes under.
No, there's no way.
On the movies, they
No,
always
I'm
have
with
a
gondola
wall.
That's right. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay, the
On
gondola
the
driver
movies, they
is
always have a
the,
stick.
the gondola guy.
He does. He does.
Is an Italian guy wearing like he looks like a mime. He's dressed like a mime.
Sure,
He's got
yeah.
the
Mhm.
black and
Sash
white.
and that thing, yeah.
I've been to Vegas. Yeah.
So
I've been at mime school.
well, you guys so it's gonna be hard to get it by you if this is not the truth. You know.
You're hard.
Oh yeah,
All
but I buy them all the time. It's a problem. So I'm kidding. I'm not. I don't know why you just took me in that direction. That was bullshit. So we're gonna
Another
get on
family gets on.
we're gonna get on the. So we want to get on alone, but this couple was, and the gondola.
Or a couple.
The guy was being weird. The gondola driver. So he was like speaking in Italian, trying to get us on. It was kind of confusing. So my brother was in front of me, and I was like, Chris, you got to get on. And he put his foot on the gondola the wrong way and actually pushed it because it was a little chaotic because of the couple and the guy. It was just a chaotic scene.
I can
Right.
see that getting into a boat.
Yeah, and
It
like
gets from
we
under
wanted to
you?
get on alone. It was like a whole thing. So my brother pushes it too far, and he's not that tall. And all of a sudden, I just watched his legs spread from the dock to the boat, and he just right in between just fell.
Right in the water.
And now
In the
it's-
water?
Yes,
Mhm.
completely under. And I don't know how deep it is or anything, and I know it's gross, and we're in Italy, so my mom is just screaming, "Christopher!
Oh my
Christopher!"
God.
You
The
know,
Sopranos episode.
yeah. So my mom's like running towards like she's gonna jump in, and my mom would not have done well in the water. So I grabbed her, and he came right back up, and it wasn't like he was underwater for. He went under like fully, what seemed like an hour, but it was probably like 5 seconds, and then he came up like in between a gondola and the dock, and then the guy was screaming, the Italian guy, like I don't know what he was saying, but he was screaming in Italian, and then like
your American ass is
I don't
polluting
know
our
what.
water.
I don't know what, dude, but
Jeez.
it was like the most insane thing. And then he got back up, and then my dad was freaking out at the gondola guy, and the guy was freaking out back at the gondola guy because my dad felt like it was his fault. kind of rushed us on, and so it was like just everyone yelling at each other. My mom in like a Bronx, New York accent. My dad has a Long Island accent, so it's similar, and then
Right.
the guy's yelling back to us in Italian, not knowing what the fuck he's saying. The couple is just kind of standing there like, I guess we didn't have to get on this one. And then we went
How
back.
do you get back in the boat?
He didn't get on the boat. We got him on the dock
Okay.
because he was in between the boat and the dock.
Okay, so you went
It
to the
kind of
dock,
was the gondola driver's fault, to be honest.
or
with you.
gondola.
How did he get back on the dock? Was there like a ladder to get
No,
back up?
he, like
Oh, just pull like in a
pulled
pool,
himself
like in a
back up.
pool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and everyone like
right.
went to the side, but it was like disgusting because the water
Okay.
is gross.
Gross.
And I don't know if I'm.
It could be worse. Could have been the Ganges.
I know, but like it's just really funny trying to get on a gondola and watching someone's legs spread like out of a movie and then just fall in between.
Yeah, it's very Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
So,
It's also a weird thing. I died on a gondola. It's like, oh, nobody takes it seriously.
well,
It's like a gondola.
Well, because the gondola driver
Gondola
was
today,
standing
you know?
on the gondola trying to tell us how to get on,
Right.
and like we were trying to say like, oh, we're supposed to be on this, just the family, and so like he's standing there. Like to me, looking back, when it first happened,
What did it cost to ride a gondola?
my dad paid for it. I have no idea. I don't think it was that expensive.
what did your dad pay for it?
Uh,
Good question. Good follow up.
How old is your father right now?
64,
And
Get him on
6
the
years
phone.
ago, how old
Get him
was
on the
he?
phone.
58.
All right, your math is solid.
I mean, you're very good. This is not your first time. You're very good at interrogation.
No,
That
I've done this
is-
before.
And that was the same year. So that's essentially the
So-
story.
Well, yeah. So then he got up, and now the funniest part is we all really wanted to go on the gondola. We had to go back to the hotel so we can get like clean because I didn't know what was in that water. My whole
Yeah, your brother
family's-
just fell in a toilet.
Did he have to
apparently.
go get medical attention?
No, but it was gross.
That was really funny. Somebody just said, "Here today, gondola tomorrow."
Yeah, so-
Yo, but
I
here's the
did-
thing. I'm not
I
doing
did
a good
make the
job. I'm not doing a good job of this, but you have to understand like how funny of a visual that is. Like at the time, not even as funny. It was like, oh no, but like looking back
Oh
on
yeah,
it.
I
Oh
can
yeah,
see
when you
that.
see your
Like-
brother falling off, somebody
Yeah,
you love
that's
into
right.
the water.
Especially when
That
it's like,
was
hilarious.
But yes, and then just
and then it's
boom,
like, yeah.
Yeah.
slow. And like the gondola driver too. Like he kind of had this thing on him where he was like, everyone kind of saw it. Dude, everyone.
he just
It's like slow motion. It's like slow motion.
Everyone kind of saw it happen,
Yeah.
and it was just like. So then he got showered. We went shower when we came
What was
back.
the
and, like,
weather like?
it wasn't. It was spring.
Okay, you're fine.
It wasn't that. It was fine.
It's not like winter or some shit.
No,
Right.
no.
spring in Venice.
Yeah,
Oh,
Okay,
gorgeous.
that's got to be. I mean,
Highly recommend
yeah,
it.
it's not. It's,
it's
not on
beautiful
season, so
because it's very
flights are cheaper.
old. But like the gondola. So we did go on the gondola after that.
Everybody goes to Italy knowing shit's gonna be old, though. You keep saying that.
Right.
Yeah,
It's old.
Yeah.
Is that right?
It's no.
It's a little old. They
No,
don't.
Venice is particularly old though.
Yeah.
Venice is like very old.
They just got Wi-Fi.
They don't have Wi-Fi.
Yeah, they do.
You could run across the rooftops
In
in
Venice.
Venice because that's how like
Close everything is.
The
With like a
house is-
hamburger mask
they
on?
have. Yeah.
Did you
The
just watch?
ba-ba-da-ba-ba-dee, and you
Did
go,
you just
I'd
watch?
love that.
"Ah, like a catch me, you know.
I feel like you
Gotta
just,
catch me.
I feel like you just watched Last Crusade, and you're just taking all this stuff you saw in Indiana Jones, the third one, and all
I
the
knew
Venice
that someone
scenes.
would be on to me. This isn't. This
Okay.
is the plot of an Indiana Jones.
I think there's a
movie.
lot of details in that story that make me think that is real, but we'll see. We'll see what how the other stories
Right.
unfold.
Yeah, let's continue on. It was
Yeah.
Leah that said that, and I do see you're there. You just screamed punky. I wasn't sure that was her. But Leah, thank you. You're here. She's one of our biggest fans. You guys, we
Hi,
love
Leah.
her.
Hey,
Hi,
Leah.
So she was
Hey,
the one
what's
with
up?
that great
I'm
line.
Felicia Michaels, and I approve of this message.
That was a great first story,
Yeah,
though.
good story.
Wasn't
Thank you.
really-
I tend to
Open it up.
believe that, but
Got it.
I'll see what the other story
Okay.
is.
Yeah.
A lot of details there.
But what about you,
Sandro?
fuckface?
So that's my name.
Yeah.
So I have my story's not as like I mean, but I can
Exciting.
say
It's in the
I
competition.
Long?
can say
This isn't a competition.
I can. Can I say? I can say. I can't. I don't know if I can.
You
I-
can. You should. I'm begging you to,
We
actually.
were in Italy at the same time,
When?
Okay.
so
When?
I will say that.
When was
I
it?
know when I was there.
When?
I'll tell
October
you.
When?
2017.
No. Save the questions.
What
till
country?
tomorrow.
What country?
Italy.
Go on.
Guys, we're never getting out of here.
So, and that's not even part of the story. So here's a story that happened to me. It was just basically I had 3 days in a row that were pretty shittiest days, not of my life, because what is life, right? But so I had just moved to Los Angeles, and I had to be kicked out of my apartment. I had to be kicked out because things weren't working out there. So I had to leave, and I crashed with a buddy of mine on his floor near his refrigerator.
This is in L.A.
This is in L.A.
Okay. Yeah.
Then I crashed with him, on his floor, and I had all my stuff in my
Head-on
car.
collision or
Head on. I crashed right on his floor, head-on collision. I remember it was an air mattress there, so it wasn't too bad. So I sat on the air mattress, and it was a jolt because coming from Florida, I was just used to being racist and just,
still am.
Just full. Yeah, thank you, dude. And I didn't know many people, and I was like, "Fuck LA, LA sucks."
Right.
And so I crashed my friend's place. Not going according to plan. I've been in LA for 3 months. I thought after the second month I would have been a rock star.
I feel you.
Right. And it just didn't work out. So I'm living on his floor, and I didn't think things could get any worse. I couldn't find any work. Things sucked. And then I get a notice saying that somebody had taken $500 out of my checking account. It was the last $500 I had left. And so I had nothing to do. I was like, what do I do? So I called the bank.
What do you mean you got notice? How
So
long
I
ago
got-
was
That
this?
happened to me too.
I got-
can say that actually happened to me as well.
I got a notification from Chase on my cell phone saying
Wells Fargo for
somebody-
me, but same thing.
and somebody had withdrawn $500 from my bank account.
What did the description say?
It just said you've
Teller? Was it somebody that
No,
went
so
to
It's
the
just
bank?
they flag it
was
as a
an
thing. You
ATM.
don't even know. They got cleaned out.
ATM.
it was a notice saying you went underneath. Or my dad. You
Yeah.
went under your. You know,
You withdrew-
below zero.
you
You're,
were
you're in the
withdrawn.
red.
I went
yeah.
negative.
Yeah,
I went
yeah.
in the red.
Right.
And I'm not Russian, so I didn't go in the red. I'm not used to
Yeah.
doing that.
Or Chinese.
Yeah, thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
that happened, and then I'm like, all right, what do I do? So I called the bank. They're like, it'll be about a week. So I had
Yep.
another week that I had no money.
Exact same thing happened to me, so I know this is true.
Yeah, and and I kept thinking like, oh, they cloned my card. What do I do now? Every time I go to the use the card or whatever, like the gas station, I always cover in my hand.
So
or whatever.
just, do you need money?
no, I'm
Oh,
fine now.
okay.
Like now is good.
Give your Venmo
Just
out.
wait after the show. Yeah, I do have Venmo. You have Venmo? All right. So that happened. I had no money. I hadn't washed my clothes in 3 weeks. I was turning clothes inside out. I was using my toothbrush on the opposite side, the part
Yeah.
without the bristles. He was using that on my teeth because it was so bad. And then, so I'm sitting there, just no money, no job, I felt like I had no prospects. So I go and I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna go do laundry. I had $2.25. I'm like, I'm gonna go to laundromat. Let me see what I can do.
Do one load.
It was right near Marty's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. 225
I did.
for what did 225 get you?
One load of laundry.
I washed a load of laundry.
Wash
Why
and
didn't you
dry.
just wash them in
I
the
believe that.
sink?
Wash
or
and dry?
something?
I wasn't thinking that point.
Wash
I
and
needed
dry?
I needed to get out
Nobody
of
would
the
do that.
apartment.
Nobody would do that.
225 would get wash and dry.
Yeah,
I don't know if it would or
I
not.
believe that. I
I
believe
don't know if
it.
it would. I didn't actually dry them. I had to dry them myself. I got the wash.
Okay.
This was at Marty's. I figured maybe I'll go there, bum a cigarette from somebody, talk
Sure,
to somebody,
sure.
maybe get a buck. I don't know.
Okay.
So I go, I get my bag full of my bag full of laundry. I walk out to my car, and I'm wearing my pajama pants. I have little martinis on them. I got from Old Navy. I love them.
Aw.
They were awesome. And I was like, fuck it. This is the way I feel. I'm gonna wear pajamas. I don't care. So I went. I'm like, this will make me feel good. I'll go do laundry with the little money I have. At least I'll smell good. So I go to my car. And I walk to my car, and I notice. I'm like, oh, did somebody park behind me with a bunch of paper, plastic
Oh,
bags in front of their windshield? Because
no.
I thought I saw a reflection. As I get closer, I realized that my windshield was smashed. Somebody just smashed my windshield. Just completely smashed it, and I have no idea. It looked like a crowbar indentation. And so I was like, oh, whatever. So I'm sitting there holding my laundry, and then as I get closer to the car, I notice that I have a parking ticket under my windshield.
Oh,
So, and I parked on street sweeping. So all I was wondering was, like, did I get the ticket after the windshield got smashed? What kind of an asshole would leave a parking ticket?
yeah, of course.
So then I go, I'm like, all right, whatever, screw it. I'm not going to let this deter me. That's fine. I'm still going to do laundry. So I go to pick up the parking ticket, and I step in dog shit.
Are you serious?
I stepped in dog shit, and then I picked up the parking ticket, put it in my pocket, got in my car, rolled down the window with my hand because it wasn't working, and I just leaned my head out the window
Yeah, like a dog.
like a dog with my sunglasses. I kept looking at myself in the rearview mirror every time.
Bugs flying in your mouth.
No bugs. It was California, so
Yeah.
it was very dry,
Yeah.
But
yeah,
all
you know
the
those
glass
love
shards,
bugs in Florida when they're mating?
when they're fucking each other,
And then you just drive through. It's like rain.
it's gross.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Have you said this story on stage? because it's incredibly stage worthy. If this really happened in your life, and it's
He's
I
true.
got a
said
lot
it.
of depressing
I've-
things that he says on
I
stage.
have worked. Thank you very much. I really.
It's like a Woody Allen scene, though. It really is like a Woody Allen
is,
scene.
Did
yeah.
you
So
pay the
if
ticket?
that really happened in
Did
your
you pay
life
the
as a
ticket?
I
comic,
did pay the ticket, but
how
not
much was the ticket?
$72,
That
something
sounds
like
about
that.
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
that
didn't
does
pay the
sound right.
ticket until. I didn't pay the ticket until 3 years later when my
So
car
now it's
got,
$450.
when my car got.
Now it's $450.
Well, I don't. It might have been when my car got towed because it was accumulated with other parking tickets. But I went and I did laundry. I washed it. I had to dry it myself, but I felt very good that day.
Is that the nuts and bolts of your story? Because I have one
That
more
is-
question.
yeah.
How much did it cost to fix your windshield?
Nothing, because I was still insured with Florida insurance. And if your windshield's broken, they come and fix
A
it.
lot of places will do. A lot of
Okay.
insurance companies will do
Alright,
that. If it's your front windshield, they
Yeah.
will replace it.
That's
No
story.
questions
That's
asked.
story one for Sandra. Any questions from anybody else?
Was that the end?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
That's the end of the story. I survived. I'm good.
Any questions? I think I'm good. I think I'm good for right now.
That's a good story.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody online is saying too many details. That's
And that
this
could
is
be
a
a
lie?
tell. People, especially people
Yeah.
that are first timers,
Mm-hmm.
tend to over detail the
but I also
lie.
feel like that's
Yeah.
how Sandro talks.
And
I do talk the way I was
Especially, I don't. I mean,
Sorry,
Old
sorry.
Navy sweatpants.
Dude,
From what
little
catalog?
martini glasses. Absolutely. If
Okay.
I could, I'll find a photo.
I can.
of
I
them
can see him.
when I get out of airplane mode.
Okay.
I can see him every time I come.
But he talks with lots of details.
Yeah,
Always.
of course. No, no.
I
I feel like that was even like his story about getting Jack from banks, because that exact same thing happened to me. And you know what they were doing? And this, everybody listen to this because this is important. They would put there's this little device they could slide into if you use your card at a gas station at the pump,
I've heard about that.
and it'll jack your bank number.
That's
and
why they
it-
have the little
that's
stickers
how
over
I
them.
got. That's how I got.
I got
Skimmers.
by however they just took my identity online and they were taking out like $1 here, $1 there.
They
50
went to an
cents
ATM
here.
and took out like $10, and then they went to like Walmart and went buck wild. Because they go to the
Good
ATM
taste.
to make sure it works.
Yeah.
So they take out the minimal amount at an ATM, and if it works, then they just go to like Costco and just get fucking crazy.
Ugh.
All kinds of
Yeah,
mashed
you gotta test the
potatoes.
hive. They're not
Yeah,
biting.
yeah,
They're not stinging that hard, and you put your whole fist in there.
Story 2 for you, sir.
Okay. Now this one.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Gee, I wonder if this is gonna be true or not.
This starts in
Okay.
1937. I'll give you the short
Wow.
Everyone
version.
is. Hey, real quick, Todd. We're getting somebody online saying that everybody's low. Could you turn us up?
Can you get us high, dude?
Test.
Todd's
He
a
said
very
he's
attractive
having
man.
to lean in to listen, and
Yeah.
we don't want that, Jason. His name's Jason, so we don't want that, Jason.
Is Jason also wearing headphones? Because if you're wearing
Yeah.
headphones and you're leaning in,
Yeah.
I know.
Are you
Okay,
ready?
thank
Jason?
you.
Oh,
There
wait,
we
I
go.
just got a
What if
message
Jason's
that says
lying?
Somebody just went blind watching this. Can you please help him, Sexy Todd?
I'm sorry. I just want to make sure everybody can hear you.
Okay.
Of course. Okay, story 2.
I just got heckled.
And it goes a little something like this.
So this is a little. This is weird. I don't. It's a little. It sounds a little name droppy, but it's really a cool statement more than a story.
Sure.
And I usually I wouldn't share something like this, but I do think it's cool, and it's very worthy of telling, and I think it's something that it's kind of epic. But I watched.
I'd say tell it.
Yeah, please.
I'm building it up.
I know. I've noticed.
Jenga, let's go.
I watched Dumb and Dumber with Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah.
Once in your life, or like when it first came out?
Once in my life, I watched it with him.
Huh, okay.
Well, am I allowed to say
Do tell.
Yeah.
Do tell.
you dated his daughter?
Yeah.
So
Right.
that would.
you dated Drew Carey.
Yep. I dated Drew Carey.
Wow.
How did you say Drew
I
Carey?
thought it was Harry
No,
Carey.
Jim Carrey.
Oh
I
my
watched Dumb and Dumber with.
Jim. Oh,
I watched
Jim.
Dumb and Dumber with Drew Carey.
Hey, you can
Oh.
cut this out if you want.
And then I watched Whose Line Is It Anyway with Jim Carrey.
You can cut this out if you want. But once a month, did she call her pussy Harry Carey?
Anyway.
Yeah, you should cut that out of a live feed.
Exactly. Well, for the nine people watching, for Jason and Punky.
So yeah, I did. But and I knew that you knew that. So
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, so I watched.
So how, under what circumstance, or like how did that evolve? Because I would imagine he's probably sick of watching himself.
Yeah. So his grandson had never seen it,
Okay.
and he didn't really want to watch it. And he was like, "I haven't watched this in so long." And I was like, "He's like, is that weird?" And I was like, "No, that's awesome." I was like, "Of course, I want to watch it with you."
Sure.
So
So it's just you, him, and his grandson,
and his daughter,
and your girlfriend
ex.
at the time.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Yes.
And where were you watching this?
It was actually in Hawaii.
Where in
Wow.
Hawaii?
I can't give a specific location.
The Improv.
Yeah, but were you in a house?
Yeah, we were in a house
you
in
okay?
Hawaii. Yeah.
It was like a vacation.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you're dating a girl, and you're like, hey, come to my family vacation, and it just Jim Carrey happens to be her dad. So
Yeah,
and
so
that's why you're so you're
Watching it
there
with him.
with the family, and the
Yes.
whole house is just a family.
Yeah.
8 or 9 people,
Right.
ish.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, let's throw this on.
Did
And
you
then-
know Jim Carrey was going to be there?
That was. I was like, you should have told me this was your dad. I didn't know.
Oh wow! So you didn't know he was going to be?
You
there.
didn't know at that
I'm kidding.
Sandro,
Oh.
Sandro, it was like this. Oh, that Jim Carrey.
Yeah. I can see it completely. Yeah, right. You
Oh,
probably-
Jim
Oh,
Carrey.
Shit, I thought you said Chip. Oh,
Chip. I said Chip
Well, this
Daly.
changes
Oh.
everything. I'm not about to break up with you.
So so we did. So I watched it.
And okay,
Felicia's chimed in. She's here
Uh-oh.
listening and watching.
get better.
and-
Stop dripping.
She said oozing.
Oh, that's my bad.
She said it's a lie. She's already a lie.
Oh, okay. So, because
was
I've
it Carson Daly?
He says
I
your
did-
story can't be one sentence. Leah's is just kind of pissed.
I got to ask you, what was, if this is true, watching it and it's just you, your girlfriend, the grandson, and you guys are, the 4 of you are watching this movie. What was his reaction throughout, like, all the bits and gags and just watching it? Was he cringing? Was he laughing at?
He kept giving Jeff Daniels a lot of credit.
Really?
He said Jeff is such an incredible actor because
That's a good answer to that question, sir.
He was kind of like this is me being more me. Like Jeff was more
Like
of a
he allowed him
serious
to
actor.
play and, like,
So this
made
was
it safe for
like-
him to be him.
So I think he was just saying Jeff was like, it was such an incredible job acting on Jeff's part because
Did he say
wasn't-
anything that was surprising to you, or you were like, "Damn, I can't believe he just said that"?
No, he's great. He was really it was a very cool experience.
Was he critical of himself?
He was, he didn't really. It was cool. It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna watch me. It wasn't like that at all.
Was
it was
there any
like,
scene where he goes, "That was a total improv," and it made the cut?
well, he kept looking at me during the movie,
Like lovingly?
like
Why would he keep looking at you?
no, in a cool way because during the funny parts, because it was like trying to see if it's still
Interesting.
if it's still stood.
Oh,
you
I
know,
could see that as a comic. I could see
Sure.
that.
Yeah.
Like, when I know this bit's coming up,
Unbiased?
and I'm like,
Yeah, but for you-
I'll parrot eye you to be
No,
like, is,
see,
is
this is
this
where-
getting a laugh from this guy that I'm
No,
respecting?
Guy is
This
or-
having sex with my daughter. What does he think?
No, stop saying this stuff, guys.
This is where I have a problem.
What?
Because why would he give a
Not
shit
bad.
really what you think?
Nobody-
Because he probably knows that
Nobody
you've probably seen
care
the,
about you.
Sandra, stop for a second. He knows that you've probably
Your
seen
stories
the
are
movie,
both
You're right.
lies.
right?
Yeah.
What was his grandson's
told him, of course.
reaction?
You
How
just-
old's the grandson?
Good stuff, by the way.
He's 8. He's 8 now.
No, at the time.
Maybe he just turned 9 actually, and he said he was 7 at the time.
So what was his
So
reaction
a
to the movie?
7-year-old is getting to see Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
What rated is that movie?
I don't remember. Is it 13 or R?
What rated is that?
If that's an R-rated movie, this could be a lie. Like, a parent would be
That's-
like, no, actually, no,
Well,
you're
they
too young for
decided
that
he-
movie.
well,
You're
they-
too young for that
That's
fucking
what
movie.
They thought that he decided that it was that
Oh.
he was old enough now because he hadn't seen it yet. So he was like he had asked to see it. So now they felt like he was old.
How old is his grandson's mother?
Sandro, stop.
enough. You're very good at this.
No. Look, even
If she
Felicia.
was your neighbor, you'd never talk.
I'd be like Wilson.
Just get
She'd
my
be,
mail.
she'd be putting up more fence.
I'm just getting my mail. Hey, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
He's short. I'll put up more fence. I don't want.
Look, Felicia even wants to know what was his grandson's reaction, because like that should be the big thing.
Yeah.
You know,
okay.
he's watching his
That's great. That's a great question I just asked.
grandfather on TV. He probably wants to know what his feelings are about it. Did he get a kick out of it? Did he hate it? Did he?
I think he liked it.
But you don't know.
Whoa. Okay. What was the seating arrangement? Four of you.
It was his daughter. It was the grandson, and then I was here, kind of like there was a little. I think the grandson might have been sitting on the floor, and then he was kind of next to me.
Where's the television?
It was actually
In the middle.
No, I'm kidding. I was going to say something. No, it was right in front of us. So this way. So I was here.
All right. I think I got my answers on his too.
And
I
JC
think
was
I do.
where?
What?
You were there. Where was JC?
There.
Turning slightly.
So
towards
you're
you.
closer to him than
Oh
your
my God! I
girlfriend
never
or the
got
chump.
that till you
No,
just
in
said
the middle.
JC. Jesus Christ!
Yeah. It's
You're
Jim
closer
Carrey.
to Jim Carrey than you are your girlfriend or his grandson. Son?
We're all around the same.
Equidistant.
yeah.
You're equidistant.
She was more next to next to her.
Yeah,
kid,
she's taking care of the kid.
and I was kind of in between.
Okay. All right.
right,
Good
well,
story. Good
good,
story.
let's
I'm
move on
excited
then.
to hear about which one's which because I have different thoughts. But
How did you like the whole event? Did you have fun?
did you feel
Overall.
uncomfortable? Were you nervous? I mean, that's a comedy god, and you're watching like one of his funniest movies, and you got
Yeah, but he's already been bathed.
Yeah,
his
yeah, yeah,
daughter,
yeah,
so
yeah,
everything.
but-
I mean, why would he be
but-
nervous
but-
about a
but-
movie?
Exactly.
I-
What size shoe are you?
I don't
Youth
know. It
medium.
keeps changing because these designers don't make shoes the same size. So it depends on what type of shoe. And I
Yeah.
used to just be a hard 12, 12 and a half. Now sometimes an 11 and a half. There's something I was a 10 in. I've been
I'm a
13.
woman's 13.
It's just
That's pretty
same
good.
with pants.
All right, I'm glad we're keeping on track here. Great.
So do you guys discuss mine now, or do you wait for
No,
me to
no,
go?
we're good.
No, we're gonna go on to
I'm good
the
on
last
that.
story over here.
Story 2 know from
Yeah.
You Know Who Know.
So when I first, I'll keep it central to L.A.
LA.
So I thank you, dude. I forgot where I was. I think we just had another earthquake. But
no, I think
so-
Joey Diaz just got off stage.
Dude. So I just moved out. You know, this was after the whole breaking into the car. No, this is before. So I had a part-time job working at UPS.
So this
Seasonal?
is right when you moved here.
So this is right when I moved here. This was in like 2 weeks of me moving
You're
here.
in Christmas UPS.
Christmas UPS.
Gotcha.
You know,
Was
just-
this before or after Trader Joe's?
This was before.
Did you wear the shorts?
No, I didn't. I was a helper, so you couldn't wear shorts as a helper. You have to wear long pants. You have to wear pants.
Bullshit.
It is garbage because that differentiates you between the full-time driver and somebody that's
I used
just
to work for
schlepping.
UPS Freight.
Yeah.
I did.
Did you ever work there during freight night? So
Tickets were expensive.
yeah, it was pretty scary.
Yeah.
But and it wasn't cheap. It was you think it was freight, but they
Yeah.
cost money. But so I have to wear the long pants, right? And it's some of the most labor-intensive work I've ever done, ever. And I've worked construction here and there,
Sure,
So before the driver would pick me up, right for
Hours are you working?
I was
6 to
7 to about 7, 12-hour shifts.
12 hours, uh-huh.
Making $8.
How many days a week?
6 days a week.
Fuck, okay.
Actually, no, 5 days a week.
All right.
It was occasionally a 6
A little
day.
less
on,
impressive, but I hear it.
well, yeah, this is a 5 out of 7.
Yeah.
So I was working that job, and before the guy would pick me up, it was off of Ventura and Balboa. If anybody's in the area, Balboa, what's up? And,
Park.
And I would rip bowls in my car before he picked me up. I would just
Sure.
get really super stoned, and then he picked me up,
Perfect.
and then I would just deliver packages.
Totally get it.
So on one day, I run in and I deliver a package up to right at an Encino area, and it's a bunch of plastic surgery. So I run in, and I didn't know how to work the machine or how to check in anything. So when you go in, you're supposed to check them. You're supposed to hit the barcode on the machine,
Yeah.
and then you're done. I went and I just randomly dropped off 5 boxes of suppositories into this medical office. And so when I came back, the driver's like, you need to go back there and scan them all. So when I took them, I went back, and they had already opened the packaging, and they had used 3 of the suppositories.
Yeah.
So they didn't have the packaging, so I had to go
First
in
of all,
there.
I'm turned on as fuck.
Right? It's
Keep
pretty good.
going.
So I'm weirded out, right? It's not that big of a
They
deal
needed
story.
them that urgently?
Yeah, absolutely, they had to.
Of
they had to have them.
course.
They were for pain. It was pain meds, suppositories, and these people couldn't get injections or because there was like something to do with I don't know. The guy told me like it was some stupid thing the lady was telling me, but it didn't make a difference because I messed up already. Then the very next delivery, I drive up.
Probably all that pot you smoked all morning.
Tons of pot.
Yeah.
All the pot
Yeah.
that I delivered right to myself. So the next package I deliver is in this house. So I walk up these stairs, and I'm like carrying these huge boxes, and I look over, and somebody's going shh, and I was like, "Is this a package for?" Shh? I look over, and it's Scott Baio. Scott Baio
Whoa.
is shushing me, and he's got his dog in his
Wait,
hand.
hold on. You didn't build it up for us with that.
That's because that's what happened to me. Should I have built up a story that I didn't?
Scott Baio.
Scott
I've actually
Baio.
smoked a cigar with Scott.
Have you
Baio.
really?
Yeah.
Ask him.
Scott Baio.
Scott.
Scott, he's not gonna come over.
I have no need to lie on this show.
But Scott
I'm
Baio
Felicia
basically
Michaels.
yelled at me.
For putting a suppository up his.
That was no, that wasn't a story. It was like
Oh.
just two big boxes. I had nothing. He basically just like yelled at me like a tirade.
He told you to stop.
And then
you want me to
no
see
further
that?
dialogue after that?
No, because then I was like, all right, well, where do you want me to leave? And he goes, shh, dude. Because apparently he had just, it was a time when he was on like that reality show. And
Okay.
his wife at the time had just given
He's
birth.
been through a nightmare of fucking
Yeah.
allegations.
So, and like apparently
What
his
were in the
baby was
boxes?
asleep. I don't know.
Were they heavy?
They were heavy. In fact, I did drop one of them. And I had to burp. I'm sorry. And I did
Are you
drop
a
one of them.
dinosaur?
What's
when,
that?
When you dropped it,
Well, I don't
did
want
it?
to burp into the microphone.
Please do. These things are the worst things have happened.
I hate a yellow watermelon today. It tastes
Oh.
weird. It's pretty
It
good.
Well,
is a
those
little
are
weird.
good
No,
burps.
they're good. They're
It was good, sweet, you know. But anyways, it really is no. It's just my first interaction with a celebrity was Scott Baio yelling at me.
That was your first interaction with a
this-
celebrity.
of any kind.
It was heavy. The boxes.
the box was
And
heavy.
then
I
how did you
dropped
leave
one
it?
of them.
How did you leave it? How did you do?
I honestly don't remember what else happened. I remember I just shrugged my head and I just put it down, put my head down, and I
like,
just
bye, Chachi.
that was it.
Did you call him Chachi?
No, I wanted to. I wanted to be like hey, Joni's just f off, whatever, but I didn't
Was this before or after the thing happened in your car?
before. This is like when I
This
first
is
moved in.
before, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Ah, fuck, man.
yeah.
Oof.
I mean, that's good. They both have really good
He's got
details.
but he's got a lot of lad. Yeah.
Well, now, where did the
I think I'm more
suppositories
confident about you
come
than I am
into
you.
play on that story again?
That was the first order that I delivered, which was the first one, which I screwed up. Like it was just suppositories, and they had been used.
And then you had to go back and
And I
have
didn't
him
have
sign
it.
for
No,
it.
I didn't. I had to
and
go
they've
back
already
and sign
been
for it, and I had to tell the driver about what happened, and it was just like a really weird thing to tell this guy you just met.
So you were already like not having the greatest day.
No, it wasn't the
So
greatest. day
you
ever.
had a great. So
I'm
when you
pretty
first moved to
confident.
LA, everything was great.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was really okay. Things are going your way.
I know both
Yeah.
my answers.
Really?
I think so.
Wow.
I think so.
I mean, I get that because when I first moved here, I had an air mattress, and then my dog finally popped it, and then I was just sleeping on tile
Mm-hmm. That happened.
for a while. It sucked.
That rhymed.
How do you guys feel about each other's story? Do you guys think that you know who's saying what?
I don't think I know Sandro anymore.
I don't. That's the thing with John. I don't know if I mean, the first story was just so. I mean, it was there. I feel it. The second story also had some really good moments. I feel like you could get away with a crime if you really wanted to.
Yeah, definitely.
Jason on
here.
here says that you burp when you lie.
Ooh, that's
Interesting.
interesting.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, if I have a lot
Nervous
of food,
burps.
nervous burps.
The old
That's the name of
NBs.
your
Nervous.
special.
NBs.
It is nervous burps. Yeah.
Classic NBs.
This guy.
Leah says she really doesn't know what happened in any of these stories.
It's true.
And that's what that's the beauty of his. That's what he
I
does.
hope
The
Leah's not
psychology
driving
behind
tonight.
it. He
Leah,
just
do not
confuses
drive
you.
tonight.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Hopefully, well, what we like to do is usually when Austin is here, he gives us a quick rundown of each story. So hopefully he's going to do that online. If not,
I mean, easily. So who do we want to vote on first?
well, let's see if we can try to remember.
First story, brother, gondola.
Brother
does the
splits,
splits.
Yeah.
Takes
ends up in the
takes-
water.
Yeah.
Goes into a Venetian toilet.
Adriatic.
Yeah.
What sea was it?
I don't know.
Was it Sea to Shining Sea?
Was it even a C?
It goes to a sea
But
somewhere.
it's a Venetian
it has
toit.
to.
It was a scene.
Yeah,
It
your
was
brother went.
gross. He
Yeah,
went
yeah,
in
Your
to
insecure
Italian
brother
duty.
went
He
to
fell
a Venetian
Italian
toilet.
duty.
Hey, maybe that's the way to go. We wouldn't have so
And then
much.
second story
poop.
was.
Wait a
Italian duty.
minute.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe that's the way to go in LA. We wouldn't have as much poop everywhere. We would just have a big toilet.
We do
What do you
have
mean,
a big.
just shit in the
toilet.
street?
You mean
Because
just
I've been doing that for years. If that's what you're talking about.
Well, have you
You mean
seen?
ride
Have you
boats in
seen
the-
outside now? The homeless and the tents. There's shit
Oh.
everywhere.
That's
I
what I'm
know.
saying.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to
That's my
just.
bad.
A
Put a-
gondola
Political.
on the
That's my bad.
sidewalks. We need a gondola. In
And
LA.
then your second story was
Jim
that you
Carrey.
watched Dumb and Dumber with Jim Carrey
Yes.
and your ex-girlfriend and her brother,
No, her kid, her son.
her son.
Yes.
That he's told me about that she has a son.
Yes,
That's
yes,
true.
it's called his grandson. That's what we were saying.
Yeah. Well, that just came together.
Both of
for
you
me.
should be detectives.
we are.
You're questioning.
I know.
In the interrogation.
Hey, it's
would
bad
be,
cop, bad cop.
Yeah.
Good cop, gooder cop.
That's confusing cop, confusing cop. By the end of it, you're like, I don't even know what I'm confessing to.
What color shirt are you wearing right now?
What color is
I
my
don't even really know what
necktie?
this is called.
Book 'em.
Okay.
Let's
hold
go.
on. Felicia wants to know if you remember what Venice smells like. I'm doing a lot of pointing tonight, and I'm sorry.
I like it. You mean business?
Venice, not really. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't.
You kind of think you would remember that. You remember how it looked and how old it looked.
Yeah, it wasn't great. It was. I remember.
I think your outlook on Venice is really shitty.
I specifically remember.
Jesus Christ, you're coming in hot.
I'm sweating. I specifically
It's
remember.
like one swinging light bulb in front of you. Now, tell me, where you were in Venice? What were the smells? What were the sniffs
specifically
like, sucker?
remember Felicia.
Yes.
That I specifically
Well done.
remember that the gondola ride was gross, and I remember going under like an overpass and going under it, and it was really low. It was
Yeah.
very, very low, and I remember how close the houses were, and I was like,
Yep.
"This is cool, but
This
this
is
is gross."
All stuff we could pull
How
from
did you
the
get to
movies.
Venice?
Bike,
Gondola.
bird scooter. No.
By how? Okay, how? You went from Rome? You flew
Rome.
into
Oh, we
Rome?
went all over. So I don't remember. I know that we were in Rome the longest.
Okay, and then how did you get to Venice?
I actually
Gondola.
I don't know, but we went to a bunch of different places in Italy, and that was one stop. We stayed there for 2 nights, and
That makes sense. Typically, when I go someplace, I don't remember how I got there.
I
at
mean,
all.
Fuck, man. There's so many little
but this was when this was.
goofy things about the first story, and then the second story easily could be true.
Listen,
Man.
I'm gonna yell and stand up because that's what the people want.
Okay.
Your outlook on Venice is shitty.
No, it's I've been.
Well, you're just like it's old
Yeah,
and sucks.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
You make me not want to go there, dude.
I thought it was no. Venice was beautiful for like 24 hours. It was cool to see because it was so old. But I didn't like that about it overall. Like there wasn't like nightlife there.
He is kind of like a broy kind of dude, so maybe he likes newer stuff
Well,
that's
I thought
white,
it was cool
What do you
to
think?
see.
white
I thought it was
watches.
Yeah.
cool
What's
to
the truth?
see.
What's a
but when
lie?
you hear gondola
The
ride,
new ruins.
when you hear gondola ride,
Yeah.
you think like romantic
family.
in Venice and nice.
Yeah.
No, but it wasn't like that. Like it was gross.
I
It
feel
didn't
like he's
smell
playing them
good.
both up, so it's really hard.
It wasn't.
No, I think he's defending this one so much and blocking the other one.
I feel
and
like
not
one of
even
your
talking about
stories
that.
is
Well,
a
the-
lie.
lie story.
Mm.
It's like a
That's
smoke and
good.
mirror kind of thing.
The Jim thing, it's Jim Carrey thing. It's just pretty simple. It's like you sat and watched a movie with
That's
him.
what I'm saying.
All right, well, let's take a vote. Let's take a vote. I think I saw. I'm not good at this comment stuff, and I'm sorry, guys. But Leah was like, first story lie, second story true for both guests. Final
Okay,
answer.
we'll figure that out. Okay,
Okay.
so first story lie. So there's Leah saying. By the way, Leah, slide into my DMs. You know what I'm saying? Your first story would be Venice is a lie, and then Jim Carrey true. Fuck, man. See, the thing about you had so many over details in the first story, and it's so Tex Avery, like Tom and Jerry cartoony of how that happened, that I think if that was the true story, you would have just got to that fall quicker instead of setting it up so much. I'm going Jim Carrey true,
Did
even
I set
though
it up? I will. Can I say one thing though to defend myself
Please.
for the Venice story? I don't care whether you think the story is true or not.
Sure.
But I would like to say that I have been to Venice.
Yeah, and you hate it. We've
Twice?
heard.
Yeah, we
so,
know
but
that.
but them saying I'm not describing it well.
No,
it's
you're
not-
fine. I just say
Yeah.
if my final vote is movie true, brother goes bye-bye,
Okay.
not I think there's a lot of truth in that story. I think there's a lot of truth in that story. I think there's a lot of truth in that story. But I think story 2 is the truth.
I'm gonna.
Jess.
This is hard.
And I've been Felicia Michaels. Thank you.
I will say this is hard. I want to say, I don't give a shit.
You should. It's your goddamn show.
It's your show.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
You created this.
I love this show. I'm gonna say the first story is a lie. I think you're overdoing it.
I agree.
And the second story is true.
Felicia agrees with you.
Simple, better. I think you were trying to pull us away by thinking
One was
well,
way short too, and one was like really long. And I think like I've done the show a lot, and I think when the stories that tend to be longer are more like I gotta fill this with fluff. And I could be wrong.
You know what? I'm gonna change my mind.
Shit, bitch! I talked you out of it.
I'm gonna change my mind. The first story is true. Second story, lie.
Why?
Because it would have been obvious. He'd be like, Jessica's gonna think that this is true because she knows I dated her. She knows I've probably been on vacations with the family.
See, I don't have that sort of relationship.
You didn't know that at all about him?
I mean, I do. Once you said it, I recalled it, but it's like I didn't come in this room thinking that there was going to be a story about that. And then once you said it, I'm like, oh yeah, I did hear you guys dated. It wasn't like, you know. So for me, I was a little more like more of a listener.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say second story lie. You're gonna say that it's
You want to
true.
bet $1,000?
Nope, I don't have that.
Me either.
Sandra,
I was
what's
gonna
your
borrow
vote?
from Jim Carrey.
I'm gonna say I feel like one of my stories
Hey,
is not
can
true.
I ask? You guys
What?
don't know which story is true or false, right?
I've never met this guy
About
in my
each.
life.
Jeez, fuck off.
No, I've
He-
never-
About
well,
each
we
other,
do
though.
know which one's true and false, but we've
Do you?
never met each other.
yeah, we never.
Oh,
met each
okay.
other.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah,
Go
it's
ahead.
like magicians.
You guys should fuck.
We have.
What's
in
your guess,
Italy.
baby?
So I'm gonna say the first story is true. I'm gonna say the second story is false.
Okay, and
Wow,
Felicia.
so both of you guys go against me.
Yeah.
And what does my
Felicia
alter ego
thinks-
say?
Felicia thinks that the first story is true and the second story is a lie, so she's with us.
Wow, shit.
What does the people there say?
What do the two listeners
second-
say?
Jason said second lie,
And Leah?
first lie. Huh?
He thinks you're a complete asshole. Both stories are a
So
lie.
he thinks his story. He think
I've ruined the show.
First story lie, second story lie, killing is 0.
his name's not even Jake.
Okay, sorry, Leah. Leah says we have spent more time debating than listening to stories.
Well, we're
Deliberating.
getting to it. We're getting
She's
to it. So let's reveal the truth. What is the truth?
Bringing in facts.
Okay. There's no drum rolls.
There's a microphone.
We'll do it in
Okay,
post.
sorry. Thank you. We're editing the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
God, I hope so.
The first story is not true. The second story is true.
Yes.
I think you're lying right now.
Yes. Yes. I'm so good at this game. Thank you.
But I will say
Yeah.
the
Well
reason
done.
that I was
But
defending
there's a lot of true shit in the first story.
yeah, we did go on a gondola ride,
Yeah.
and that's why I was annoyed when
And you do have a brother,
yeah,
and he does smell like sewage.
and I was in Venice then, but now the reason I was getting upset when I was getting accused about lying about Venice is because I was like, well, no, I've been to Venice, and that's really what I feel about Venice.
Yeah, that's
The
all.
other one, I was trying
It's
to
all
be as
fun and
vague
dandy.
as possible because I didn't want to
Yeah,
give away
see, there you
because it
go.
was so.
And if you real quick, and thank you, by the way, I was right. Everybody, the real Felicia Michaels, please stand up.
She's at home.
Oh,
Yeah,
this
she's
is-
at home being wrong as fuck.
Oh, Leah says victory is hers. She finally
Thank you,
got one
and I will
right.
take that, and she will take it, and that she is me, Felicia
Okay.
Michaels.
Well, let's because we need to wrap
Yep.
this big
Sand
boy
dogs,
up.
sand dog,
Yeah.
sand dog, sand dog.
So
Your two stories were
first story was the car. He
Yep.
stepped in poop. His
it was like a
windshield
real
got
Benny Hill
broken.
sketch. It was a real Benny Hill
Yeah,
sketch.
I
He
squeezed- I
couldn't
squeezed
do
the
his
boob.
laundry,
No.
but he went anyway with
Did
his
it.
head out the window.
Yeah.
The second story was delivering suppositories.
Yeah.
They used them really quick.
You're very all over the place and erratic. Like I've
Like
done
both of
this
your
show-
stories happened in one day.
I've done this
That was
show.
just one very bad day.
I don't know, 5-6 times I've done this. I've done a
Oh,
couple
does
of
this
the
first story kind of sound like Dumb
but
and Dumber?
both of his shit is
Yes.
all it does. It does.
Yes.
It sounds like I'm saying it sounds scripted. And this guy's a writer, just put a movie
Interesting.
out, and it sounds very formulaically scripted.
I didn't put a movie out. I threw out some DVDs.
Did.
So I did put a movie out to the curb.
I don't need your life story, bro.
Sorry.
So fuck the first story, and it's like both are like hard on my luck, right around the same time of his life. Scott Baio's a very obscure reference.
Can I chime in right now?
Sure, of course. That's
I
what
think
this show's about.
I think it's weird that he did a celebrity story after I did, which is weird.
You thought he was trying to one up
You
you?
think, you think
No.
he improv that? You think that was an
you
improv?
one up to me with Scott Baio. And
Scott
and
Baio
well
is
play-
a one-up to
Well,
Jim
hey.
Carrey?
Well played.
What world do we live in?
I was thinking, who could he one up with me with? And I said, it better not be Scott Baio. That's the one guy. That is the one guy. And then it was Scott Baio. But I think
Scott
it's weird.
Baio, is that the one with
Charles in
want
charge.
Charles in, yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I also said, you said that the window was completely smashed in. But then you said that there was a crowbar mark in it, which doesn't make any sense.
It looked like there was a crowbar.
I think I got what you were saying.
It
What's
looked
your
like
guess? We'll let you guess first. Johnny, guess first.
I don't fucking know because both of the stories.
Crowbar, Scott Baio.
Fuck, dude.
Crowbar,
I think
Scott Baio.
I think crowbar was a lie.
All right.
I think the shitting.
Interesting.
I think that story was a lie.
And then I am going to go.
me too.
Because the thing about Scott Baio, I wish. The thing about Scott Baio's story is that there's a lot of details in the suppository thing, which sounds real. Like I think that's a real story. You had to go back and sign for it, and then you went to the Scott Baio thing, and I think that disjointed thing is because of the pot that we smoked right before the show.
I don't think it was Scott Baio.
Is,
I think it happened, but I think it was with Gary Busey.
Gary Busey.
What's my guess? First story is.
Well, first, do we think that Scott Baio would live near a place that uses suppositories a
I'm
lot?
gonna say Scott Baio's story is fake. I'm gonna go story one true.
So you think that Scott Baio's the lie?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Leah says she thinks that the first one, the L.A. smash in the windshield, is a lie.
God damn, though. He had a lot of I'm going to go first story true. I'm going stepped in dog shit true.
I'm kind of feeling you because you know what? That's L.A. I feel like we all been there. L.A. sucks at first.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it still kind of does sometimes. But, yeah, I think that's I think... What was that?
What?
What were you doing?
He
They're
was
doing
trying to get
gang signs.
information
They're doing
from me.
gang signs.
All right. Well, there's cameras.
And that's why I wasn't lying.
I think that the second story is a lie. Second
You're
story is a
with
lie.
me on this.
I do.
Fuck.
I am
Then I'm
with you.
changing my answer.
Oh, fuck.
No, I'm
Are you
kidding, I'm
really?
kidding.
No.
But I
Second
am
story's a
thinking
lie.
about it because the only thing that I hate about the first story is the dog shit.
Felicia
'Cause
wanted to know, how did you know that the first boxes had suppositories in it? They probably were labeled, right?
Yeah, it had medical
Yep.
on the side of it. Yeah.
Scott Baio's a lie. Because the Felicia inside of me just reminded me that I'm sticking to my guns.
Yeah. Second one is a lie. I agree.
Yep.
Felicia's with us, I think. Yeah.
What's the
She's
answer?
with us.
Here we
What
go.
was your
Give me
choice
your
again?
best Gary Busey.
I can't do Gary Busey.
Okay, then you know what? Now I think that I really want to say the first one was a lie because I think like
So you're against everybody.
So you're saying Scott Baio's true?
I think they're both lies. I don't think either of them. are
That's
true,
not an option.
But I don't believe any of them. But I don't know why I don't think to come out and find a parking. Was there a meter that you didn't fill?
For
No,
what?
he was on
The
street
street
sweeper.
Street Super.
Oh, that would be 7.
Lexington and Santa Monica.
Ooh.
La Brea. Lexington, La Brea.
Whoa.
You know what? You know what?
I'm very
okay with
confident
this.
now.
I'm okay with this.
Near the Dillon.
I'm
If This
okay.
is a lie. I'm sucking your dick after this show.
I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. Being wrong, I'm gonna go against Green. I do think the first one. I don't know why. I do think the first one was a lie.
Okay, so you're against everybody. That's great.
Although
you're
I
taking
think I'm wrong.
Go.
What is it?
The first one is true.
Okay.
The second one
Yeah.
is a lie.
I mean, I
I'm
really.
so good at this game.
The second one, Scott Baio was there. He did not.
Wait, was
shut-
he really
did
there?
not- he did not yell at me.
I
Scott
did meet
Baio
Scott
was
Baio
there.
too.
And the suppositories were delivered to Sybil Shepherd.
Whoa.
Are you serious?
And who doesn't need 3 boxes of suppositories other than Sybil Shepherd? Go to SybilShepherd.com.
Wait, that's true.
Why
That's
did we
true.
all look at the camera?
Was Gary Busey there?
No, he wasn't there. I wish he was there.
Same. I wish I was right about that.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
But that was a
I
great
did
guess.
meet Scott Baio, and he was a very nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Did you
like
really
a
have a
weird
cigar with him?
yeah, I did this weird pizza. Brett Ernst used to run this pizza like pizza parlor gig. It was like all Italian themed thing, and he was at it. He might have been like part owner, and he was smoking a cigar and like liked my set somehow. And then he was smoking
Somehow.
a cigar in an alley. I'm smoking, and I'm like, dude, I'm smoking a cigar with Chachi. It was pretty rad, dude.
Oh, that was great. You guys are wonderful. Thank you so much for being here and
Thank you.
doing
That was a
this.
blast.
I can really tell by your face.
What? I had so much fun.
I had a great time.
Guys, I just heard the mics were off. Can we start over from the top?
Are they really off?
No, you guys were great. Felicia, I think she did she get them both right this time?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I'm Felicia Michaels.
We miss Felicia. We hope she's back soon.
And
even though
stop
we
leaking, girl.
love
Oozing.
Jason. But where can we follow you guys? Where can people? What are you up to next?
I just started MySpace, Facebook. You can find me at Mark Zuckerberg.
You're also great on
.com.
Grindr. I love your Grindr.
Oh, I love Grindr, dude. I love
Yeah,
making sandwiches
know
with
you do.
gay men. It's Sandro, not Sandra, is my social media. You can find me there.
That is the name of it.
That's the one.
You can find me at John Campanelli 1 on social media. It's very important. Obviously, we all know we need the follows. If you guys have it, John Campanelli 1. I'm not going to follow you back. I need a good ratio. But if you want to do it, that would help me out a lot. It'd
He's
help.
not lying.
It would
He's
help.
not lying.
And that's
He
not a
won't
lie.
Follow you back.
That's
Never
honest.
even thought about that.
He
That's
won't follow you
hilarious.
back.
That's so funny.
And also, I do have a show tonight at the Comedy Store, 10:30. It's my show. I'm here twice a month. And I've got other shows coming up. Just go to my social media, and I've got like the johncampanelli.com. I got like my website there, and I got a bunch of shows coming up. Go check out my comedy albums. Should I pull up let's pull up my IMDb. No, I'm just
we're
kidding.
good.
Can I get a spot on your show tonight?
Just follow, just follow me, John Campanelli 1. Thanks.
All right, thank you.
At the Teeb on Twitter. Obviously, Punch Luck Sports with me, Ari Shafir, Sam Tripoli, and then 92.7 The Pod with me, my friend Portia. Those are the two podcasts, and then Suck It.
Great. This has been such an uplifting show.
No, it's very uplifting if you suck it.
You guys, thank you for watching us on the Comedy Store
Wait a
YouTube.
second.
If you could take a moment, step away, and also follow the Liars Club on YouTube, that would be amazing because we need the subscribers. We have cartoons up there. We have a new one coming out really soon that you need to watch. It's going to be really good. Also, watch Pervs on Amazon. That's Felicia's. She's not feeling good, so watch her Pervs on Amazon. And I'm Jessica Wellington. You can follow me at Jess Wellington2 on everything. Follow me.
I'm Felicia Michaels. Go to FeliciaMichaels.com.
I'm Jessica Wellington. You can find me at Jessica Wellington too. It's Felicia Michaels. And thanks for listening.
And you've been lied to.
Next.